Smart People, Smart Energy, Smart Cities. The doctoral program of Urban Energy and Mobility Systems, or URBEM for short, was jointly established in 2013 by TU Wien and Wiener Stadtwerke Holding AG. URBEM is built around the vision of a sustainable, securely supplied, affordable and livable city. Its holistic, interdisciplinary approach is the key to facilitating the development of an interactive environment for the analysis of city planning scenarios in Vienna. The research findings of 10 doctoral theses are brought together with correlations systematically identified and made visible. Topics covered include changes to social structure, changing housing stock, and mobility opportunities and their repercussions for infrastructure and energy supply. People's mobility behavior and residential energy consumption habits impact significantly, both directly and indirectly, on any urban total energy system. Energy consumption of private households in the fields of housing and transport are influenced by a wide range of factors. In addition to technological and regional conditions, energy consumption and mobility behavior are also affected by spatial and personal aspects, such as household structure, income, and choice of residence. Fundamental value orientation, for example, affiliation with a social milieu, is becoming more and more important. During the planning stage, the social milieu approach was used to identify the user-specific preferences and behaviors of private households in Vienna, and to effectively engage the energy-saving potential of Viennese citizens. Spatial distribution of the social milieus varies considerably across Vienna's districts. The results of a socially differentiated survey at Vienna's private households showed that nature, extent and motivations behind energy use are also relevant for determining total energy consumption and forecasting of energy consumption in residential buildings. The load profiles used in URBEM's modeling are based on these milieu-specific approach. In order to be able to visualize the influence of social differentiation on energy consumption in residential buildings, a newly developed method focusing on electricity and heat profiles each milieu in the context of the building type, and a range of building technology variants was modeled. URBEM's interactive environment allows information from different visualization layers to be displayed. In order to display milieu-specific results, temporally defined power demands were shown on a building block level. In the first daily profile, the extent of the electrical consumption profile can be divided into 4 different milieus, with daytime demand for electricity in particular varying significantly. The heat demand characteristic was then displayed for the same 4 milieus. In contrast to the electricity demand, no significant differences could be identified using a socially differentiated approach. If, however, the hot water demand characteristic is examined, the differences could not be clearer. Incorporating all the possible variations of milieus, building types and building surface equipment into a simulation would take years. Thus, 3,500 different consumption profiles were created within URBEM, which can be distributed directly across the entire city according to different scenarios within just 1 hour. The hourly profile of energy demand is now known for different milieus and building types. So what about the overall energy demand? The current energy demand for space heating and domestic hot water for the base year 2015 can be displayed for each building block. Information is likewise available as to whether these building blocks already are connected to gas and/or district heating. To better compare results, specific energy demands for heating in building blocks are displayed in color. The development of energy demand for space, heating and domestic hot water has been simulated up to 2050. for the range of all URBEM scenarios, with use of district heating and gas determined using an economic optimization model. In order to analyze the impact of ambitious energy policies, the possible development of energy demand in a climate protection scenario has been visualized up to 2050. The amount by which the district heating share for a selected building block increases can be shown in comparison to 2015. It demonstrates that the overall energy demand for space heating and domestic hot water will recede. Using this analysis, the who, when and how much can be determined for energy from the supply networks. The redistribution of hourly demand profiles based on existing building levels of district heating, gas and electricity will serve as the basis for further analysis. When and how much thermal energy in the form of district heating or gas will be consumed can now be analyzed with our modeling framework. But what effects changes to energy demand will have on the utilization and operation of the district heating and gas grid? The current pressure distribution of the district heating network can be seen here in one area of the 22 districts. The utilization of the network is color-coded using a traffic light system. All areas are colored in green and yellow, meaning a non-critical operational state. Currently, the area can be supplied with thermal energy without any problems. Here, the pressure distribution of the district heating network is shown for the year 2050, based on a scenario of ambitious energy policies. The share of district heat rises, while the overall thermal energy demand falls, resulting in no strain on the district heating network. The visualization of the equipment utilization in the electricity grid is based on the same principle as the district heating visualization. The colors of the triangles indicate the maximum utilization of transformers. There are no overloaded distribution transformers in the basis year, meaning the electricity grid can operate without restrictions. A comparison of the years 2015 and 2030 shows the influence of load increases and the expansion of decentralized photovoltaic systems. The triangles shown in red represent areas in which the increased use of photovoltaic systems will lead to overloaded distribution transformers. A holistic study of the energy sources of electricity, district heating and gas in an urban expansion district provides another option for the planning of energy supply networks. The urban expansion district Westbahnhof was studied as part of a planning test run. A number of different supply possibilities for urban expansion districts were compared based on predefined network expansion options, taking the energy consumption and solar potential of buildings as a starting point, without development of district heating and gas and purely electrical power supply. Reliable operation is not possible within this network expansion variant without storage technologies. Adding district heating, however, results in a feasible supply variant. The utilization of resources for the displayed supply network remains within the valid range at all times. A further possibility for the supply of the test planning area is the use of the electricity grids in combination with photovoltaic systems and storage technologies. Doing so validates a purely electrical supply to an urban expansion district. The holistic analysis of energy networks opens up possibilities for greater flexibility in planning future urban expansion districts. Alongside heating, gas and communications networks, electricity grids complement these critical infrastructures. In order to protect them against cyber attacks, a model for disrupting malware in smart grids has been developed in URBEM. It analyzes movement patterns that are used for detecting malicious activity. Another key infrastructure is the transport network of a modern society. The planning area of the Westbahnhof boasts very good public transport connections. Within a distance of 300 meters, you will find 2 U-Bahn metro lines, 7 bus and tram routes, and a wide range of long-distance coaches, and regional and express trains. At a rate of 80%, sustainable modes of transport, walking, cycling, and public transport enjoy a very high share in the 15th district. This is due in part to the good public transport connections, but also to the high density and low level of motorization. Based on a continuation of today's transport policy, forecasts from the Mars Transport Model suggest that the significance of sustainable modes of transport will continue to increase by 2050. Outside the Vienna Beltway, the 15th district has the lowest proportion of car traffic. Only people living in the districts within the Vienna Beltway use their cars less. Important destinations for inhabitants of the 15th district include the city centre districts, 1 to 3, with more than 70% of journeys to these destinations made via public transport. The supply of secure, sustainable and affordable energy is a major task for a municipal energy provider. An optimization model was developed in URBEM for the selection of district heating technologies, taking into account the uncertainty of future energy prices. The results for the Bau scenario in 2030 show that under the assumption of this modeling approach, geothermal district heating and large-scale heat pumps are part of an optimal supply portfolio. Beyond being used for displaying information and communicating results, the URBEM visualization serves as the central interface to interact with the models of the different subject areas. It serves as the user interface, simultaneously creating the visual output and providing the impetus for calculations within the subject area models. It is a planning tool, its visualization and display of scenario-specific situations helping to spark and guide ideas and design processes. The URBEM Smart City application was created as the technological foundation for interaction between decision makers, visualization, and subject area experts. It integrates seamlessly into the Smart City application ecosystem, allowing subject area experts to flawlessly incorporate the complex heterogeneous data set of the city of Vienna into their models. At the heart of this ecosystem is the Vienna Smart City operating system, which ensures that the models of subject area experts are provided with the required computing resources and data, and that all of the compliance and security constraints are considered in this sensitive area. Together, these developments form a foundation upon which urban and further smart city applications can be developed in an effective and efficient manner, delivering tools to decision makers that could prove to be instrumental in their planning and decision-making processes.